Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Just excited to be here with you and
Be here
my
with
girl
you.
talking about
Being a
today
girl's
being a
girl.
girl's girl.
Yeah, we're gonna go there on being a girl's girl, so let me
Yeah,
go there. I'm gonna start off hot and sweaty right off the
let's go.
press to say that I have not always been a girl's girl, and I think unless you're just like Mother Teresa or something, which I mean, if you really look deep into the history of that, she and all wasn't what she seemed. Um, you don't always get everything right, right? And I definitely got didn't get the memo when it comes to being a girl's girl. Specifically when I was just about to enter my 20s, I met a guy and
Boo.
and he presented himself to be someone who really cared about me, and I fell hard. And I don't think it was more than 2 or 3 weeks when I realized, ah, he had a girlfriend, but he made
Hmm.
it out in a way to be where it was like they recently ended,
Mhm.
but like they just worked together
Mhm.
in his mother's business.
Oh, convenient.
So yeah, that was so terrible. And I was so invested into that new relationship that I just didn't want to let go yet, which would have been the smartest thing to do at the time. 2 to 3 weeks really isn't that much time when you
That's not a lot.
look at it, as opposed to the 3 to 4 years I ended up spending in that relationship. And
Mhm.
I was so mean to her, to that person. I was the homewrecker of sorts, but also not to put the blame entirely on me, but also to hold myself accountable. He was the one that was playing both of us.
Mhm.
And my part in it was that I was not being a girl's girl, because had I respected what he said and took it for what it is, or go beyond his words to see that they were still in a place of trying to find out where they were in their relationship, I should have drawn that boundary for myself first and foremost. And that's one of the things that also comes into play with being a girl's girl. You're doing it for other people, yes, but when you do it for yourself first, you actually get the most benefits, because I would have saved myself 3 to 4 years of heartache and taken a toll on my body and my mind and everything, had I just respected myself and respected her.
Yeah. Or even like had conversation with her so that she could see
Mhm.
what she was also dealing with. But again, you said what? You were 20, 20s, early 20s.
Yeah.
I feel like we've all been there. I definitely feel I wasn't a girl's girl a few times, actually saying like, "Oh, girls are bitches, they're so
Mhm.
judgmental," that whole kind of thing. And so I definitely had guy friends. And then, once I actually realized and had like the deeper connections with girls, and the fact that the patriarchy has been around for too long, it's like we are the ones that need to kind of put a stop to that. So instead of girls not banding together with other girls to make that go away, we're now, basically contributing to the problem of the
Mhm.
patriarchy
Yeah.
by turning against each other.
Yeah, and centering on the man who would just do the same thing, just find somebody else once you become disposable. So, if we don't have each other's backs as women, then what do we have? We literally don't have much to go on. And there are good men in this world, as we've come to realize,
Hmm.
especially as we're trying to figure out what is happening with our business. Like, two people in particular that we've shout out in our last or second to last podcast before this one. Um, and it's not to like place the blame and generalize all men, but it is a huge chunk of men that show themselves to not really have women's best interest at heart. And if we are so focused as a people on the needs of a man, we neglect ourselves. And if we don't take the time to internalize what we need, it causes such an issue on a societal level. So how can we go from here to there?
Yeah, and nothing changes until we actually change it, until we actually say, enough's enough. Just
Mhm.
because something has been done a certain way for a certain amount of years doesn't mean that that's the right thing. If anything, it's a collective awakening of women to be understanding that this isn't the way that it needs to be. It doesn't need to be, like even we were watching yesterday where they were talking about, women making 70 cents to the dollar and things like that. Again, why should it not be that equality? And it's women that need to stand up for ourselves to be able to get those things.
Yeah. So, what can we do? That's a big battle in terms of like fighting that
Hmm.
wage gap.
Yeah.
Another way we can choose support is by helping women-owned businesses, right?
Yeah.
It's hard out here as an entrepreneur, and it's hard on so many levels. Sometimes you feel like you have support from certain places and you don't. So it's like more than ever, if you support women and if you too are a woman led business, like come together with other woman led businesses. And I feel like that's something that will make our Galentine's event a very special one.
Yeah.
Is because we want you guys. We want the ones who support women businesses. We want the ones who have women businesses run by women, and we want to learn more about you and like how we could all help each other out. So
We want to really be able to collaborate and have come together for community instead of it always feeling so competitive. I think that's like the culture, like mean girls culture, all that kind of stuff, where there's only so many seats at the table because, again, it usually does go to a man first in certain
yeah,
things when we're talking about work and all of that. But it's like we're the ones who are able to flip that switch of the narrative.
yeah,
And if we do back and support each other, then that's the way that it will become the norm, and that eventually it will be equality across the board.
yeah. It's like you need to find the people who not only want to give you a seat at the table, but want to help you to create your own table.
Mhm.
So that's what we're all about. We are getting ready to put out some notices from some of the people who come to our studios, our mindful members and core community members who have businesses or side hustles and stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to learning more about one of our members who does
Mhm.
hikes and
Yeah.
someone else who does like nails and all of the other things, or Shari and her clothing business. So
Yeah.
we just wanna like we mention you guys in spaces anytime we have the opportunity to do so, and the more people that we know, the more we can do that for. So that's what it's all about, collaborating and actually showing that support. Of course, social media and online is nice, but even when we get the opportunity to do that word of mouth, real
Mhm.
life interaction, it
Yeah.
just feels so good to know that we are helping someone we met, and we're helping someone we already know and have
Yeah.
established something
It's
with.
more impactful that way.
Oh,
And
yeah.
again, I'm not sure if you said it yet, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to identify as female to be a girl's girl, right?
Yeah.
Because we even had that interaction with our new friend who is a guy, an older
Yeah.
guy, and we just so happened to mention this hiking that you just said from one of our students. And it's like, he was literally saying he was looking for hiking clubs,
For
like,
a
to
while.
have that, to be able to do that connection. That is like what this is all about. Is it's not, again, it's not for the glitz, the glamour, it's not for the likes or anything. It's seeing a human being, knowing that their life would be filled up by this activity that you can now connect them to.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what about you? Where have you felt you've been in your life on being a girl's girl?
Yeah, like I said, I feel I definitely had those moments. It was probably a high
Mm-hmm.
school thing for me, high school, early 20s. Um, where again, and it's a lot of the environments that I was in, promoting alcohol, that kind of thing. It was a lot of men that would be paying for things. So you just
Mm-hmm.
naturally kind of want to, you know,
Be the cool girl?
be the cool girl, yeah, and that kind of thing. And then it just gets old because you see that, again, not all of them, but a lot of them, their intentions are not pure.
Mm-hmm.
There's always an ulterior motive. Whereas it's like I haven't really found that much with when I actually do allow myself to be friends with girls and supporting of them and them actually supporting me for no other reason, just
Yeah.
because they're my friend and they want to support me. And
Mhm.
I feel I have found a lot, with guys and everything like that, where it's like if it's not benefiting them in any kind
Mhm.
of way, that kind of way, then it's not for them. And guess what? You're not for me. So that's okay.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the other things that really should be the, like incentivize you to be a girl's girl is that you become so more attuned to your body,
Mm,
aligned with what it needs, because under the patriarchy we're really focused on our outward appearance. For those of y'all who are just watching and not listening, yes, I have a pimple patch on my face right now because my end goal is to get this pimple off, and if putting a patch on my face makes that happen quicker, then that's what I'm gonna do. Like,
I
there's so
have a
many people.
Rudolph nose because I have a cold right now, and I just didn't want to cover it all up. I just said, let's go with the Rudolph nose. It's fine. No mascara to make my eyes not look like I'm like half asleep because I'm sick. This is just who we are. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like so many people, especially women, they're like, "What's that on your face?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, it's a pimple patch. Like, deal with it." Like what's on the inside matters more, and like even we don't have to go with this narrative 100% of the time where it's like you don't want to look what you've been through. Like, yes, of course, I don't want any of us to look what we've been through, but unless we actually take the time to internalize the things that we have been through, they're just going to keep happening over and over and over again. And this is why the beauty industry and even parts of the wellness industry make billions of dollars, because they are feeding off of the insecurity of women who are much more focused on the outward appearance than what matters on the
And
inside.
presenting themselves to men,
Yeah.
being presentable to men. Meanwhile, again, I know this is like a stereotypical thing or whatever, but like men can just go out with their faces looking the way they do. They don't need to put on makeup. They don't need to do any of that. It's not, whatever
The
ingrained in
norm,
that kind of
yeah.
culture. It's like they're acceptable just the way they are, but women need to spend all of this time, all of this money putting toxic products on their face just so that they can be out in the world with those same men that they're already not equal to
Yeah.
in the workforce and
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, let's not even get started on pig taxes. But all of
Yeah.
this to say that as women, we have so many things that do go against us, and we need to take that power back. We need to utilize our spending power properly and like really put it where it's going to go back into our communities. So
Mhm.
support the people who do show that they care about you in some way or the other, in like a actually valuable way, of course. Like that's such a big determinant factor in where you spend your money. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, just sharing stories, right? So, like, there's things that we go through as women and is not talked about,
Mm-hmm.
medical things, all of that. And it can be very isolating. So, if you can help, your other friends out that are going through it, then why not share what you're going through? Because again, it's like, I feel that kind of division. They want us to be separate so we don't talk about these things. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like these conversations are what then leads to some change. Like, I know we would have talked about women's healthcare a couple of episodes ago. So it's like just people being so shamed, feeling like, again, we get periods, we have these things, and we're just like not supposed to talk about it because it is uncomfortable for men.
Yeah.
It's like, did a man not come out of a woman? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you grew up with a mother or a sister or whatever, like I don't understand why that's so taboo to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, us as women making ourselves uncomfortable to be able to be in the presence of the patriarchy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that mic drop. Yeah, so just do better. I think we could all do better. I think we could all be held to a higher standard. I think we can all be a little bit more accountable and
And empathetic
conscientious.
too.
Yes, to everything that we do and who it goes to. And as much as I think it's great also to do charity work, I think that is of course needed. And in addition to that, what we should be doing is finding ways for people to learn how to fish for themselves, right?
Mm.
So if you are someone who could support somebody else by like lending them a net at
Mhm.
times, you know. We all need things, and we probably all have more resources when we come
Yeah, I was
together.
gonna say we all have different skill sets too, right?
Yeah.
And so, and it doesn't necessarily mean like a feminine or masculine thing, because as we would have shouted out Sam, who does a lot of repairs and different things
Mhm.
like that, right? So it's like, why not support women who are able to do things like physically that supposedly only men can do? No,
Mhm.
women can do these things and are doing these things really well.
Yeah.
Pilots is like another example that I can think of, right? It's like for the longest time you never see any female pilots, and it's like, no, we are capable, more than
More
capable
than
of doing
capable.
everything, but it's only going to be if we vouch for each other in those
Yeah.
areas.
Yeah, so like I said, and we have put it up on the website now. If you go to www.fitandwell at the pole point, we have created our list of our personal recommendations, and based on your feedback in the comments, we are also creating your list of recommendations for any job under the sun. So it's already there on
And it
our
doesn't have
page.
to be a woman that owns the job as
Yeah.
well. Again, women's for women, right? So it's like you're a man, but you make women feel safe.
Mhm.
You are just acting right. Honestly, there's
Yeah.
just too many men that kind of get away with a lot of things that they shouldn't be. So it's like, if you are a man, but you are still in touch with your feminine side, you know how to like actually treat people, women, and everyone the way that they are meant to be treated, then you're somebody we would want to shout out too. So it's not just the women, of course. Yeah, like, go ladies,
Mhm.
boss babes out
Go
there.
go
we
go.
we have a boss babes board,
Yeah.
that
So
like I
that we
would
would
love to
love to
see Phil.
fill.
Yeah.
Love to see Phil before we leave the space. Whenever
Yes.
we do leave the space. So
Hmm.
like again, if you are in Tobago especially, and you have a business, as a feminist, as a woman, like, come support us, and we will support
Yeah,
you
and
to
supporting
the best
yourself.
of our
Yeah.
abilities. Like that's what we're all about. It breaks our heart, like when we finally find a new place, well, a new place to us, and then we hear that, like, they can't be in business anymore, and it's like, had
Hmm.
we known, or like, if we got that support too, because at this point, like, where we are financially, all we can do is be a connector and an amplifier in that way.
Hmm.
And there is power to that, and like, if we are proposing the space where like all of us can connect with each other and like tap into each other's skills, and
Yep.
you meet a new friend who can also help you out in addition to our help, then like, can can we see like the movie that's playing in my head right now, where
Yeah.
like we're all very successful at what we do?
It's reminding me like what we were talking about the other day, that there's a place I believe in like like near Pennsylvania or somewhere like that in the US, where it's a completely female run
Mm-hmm.
town,
Yeah.
and they have never had any crime. Like, their
They
crime
have
is
no
a
police.
zero. They have no police because it's not necessary,
Yeah.
because it's just women, and they
Yeah.
are nurturing and they are caring, and they have rallied together to be a community and look out for one another. It's like, that's what we want to see.
Yeah. They all just bought a big plot of land or something,
Yeah.
and that's what they do. Yeah, so we don't maybe need to go that extreme, but we
No. No, no.
but we could definitely be more supportive of
More
each
have
other.
more of a sisterhood, though. The
Yeah.
sisterhood of the traveling pants.
So we're starting as big as we can in our small way,
Hmm.
and we just hope that that continues. If you have ideas as well as how to like make this bigger and like easier for women and feminists across the board, then like please let us know. Like, whatever we can do to implement change, we are down for the cause.
Yeah. And yeah, I am looking forward to our Galentine's event, just to have like that nice, supportive, fun night where everyone can just kind of, let loose and be
Yeah,
themselves
and
and
also
connect
network.
and
Yeah.
network and just have like really, really good vibes.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, so I hope we see some of you there who can make it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we can see you guys on the next one.
Yeah. And in class, if you're here,
Yeah.
come out. We would love to have you.
Yeah. Real quick before we go, one of our students is almost through their first, just passing through. sorry, just do it all package,
Yeah.
which is where you get a one class pass to all the one class services we offer on a free discovery call with certified life coach and yeah. And it surprised me what has been their favorite class so far. Like I
Yeah.
didn't expect that, especially their what they said they were initially most
Interested
looking
in, yeah.
forward to. So yeah, it's a male, and he likes
Flexibility.
flexibility
Yeah.
the most.
Because he
And it's like
realizes he didn't stretch enough. I mean, it is the
yeah.
most simple thing that we all take for granted and we're
Mhm.
not doing enough of. If we're not moving, movement is medicine. So, got to move your bodies. You got to clear your minds. And
Yeah.
we have the space to do it in. Um, yeah.
So yeah, on the topic of being a girl's girl and those who support us, we just wanna
We got multiple shout
yeah,
outs.
shout out to Caitlin, our number one supporter since day one.
Yeah, and Christiana, we know you
Christiana,
be putting it on your
love,
list every single week, and you give us the best feedback, which we appreciate
yes,
so much.
yes, and it definitely just makes us feel so much more connected,
Yeah.
and we love you so much.
Yeah, and Cassie and Serena, thanks for listening when you were getting picked up from the airport.
Yeah,
All appreciated.
and Candy, my number one G in this life.
Yeah, and I know Maria, you be watching too
Yeah.
when you're on your drives. But yeah, all of you, we really, like we do feel more connected that way. We want more people to feel that connection, feel that they're not so alone. Because, again, as girls, we can help uplift each other and make it more fun, less scary. Just being a woman existing
It's
is
scary.
scary. It is definitely riskier than what's out there in the patriarchy. So we need to just band together. We need to support each other. Let all of our lights shine and all of our amazing skills. Like just let's like show them up, show them off, and let's
Yeah.
do this all together.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I couldn't say it better myself.
Yee.
And all
All
right.
right. We'll see
See
you
you in
in
the
the
next
next
one.
one.
Bye.